Great to see you here. First and second one, that's amazing. So, welcome everybody. Just take a bit of time to let the people come in. And as already announced, today I would like to show you a few of the new litter that we received this week. I've also done a previous live and yeah, let's say it was like a short sneak peek what kind of babies we received. And today I would like to take more time to check every single litter once again, like this one here. This is like really huge litter. This litter is from breeding VPI Key West to a VPI Snow Glow, and some of you might already have seen it, but here's the VPI Snow in it. And yeah, sometimes things happening that you are not able to explain. Of course, you could check if this is a female, but even if it would be a female, the mother is a VPI Snow Glow, so the VPI Snow should at least be a VPI Snow Glow, so it makes any sense. Yeah, sometimes you have surprises in here, but as you can see, there are a bunch of beautiful VPI Key West head anery in here, as well as VPI Key West Sunglows. All of them are 100% head anery, and yeah, can't wait to continue working with those babies as usual. And here is what it looks like when you have a sub-adult VPI Key West. This is a male from late 2020, and yeah, the color on those, not sure if you can see the purple tail, very nice color on this one. So the babies definitely have a nice way to go. As always, please let me know where you're from. That's always super interesting for me, and I'm so sorry. I have very tiny eyes today. Yesterday was date night with my wife, and that is super special when you have 3 little daughters, because it's happening like never. So probably our night ended at 3 a.m. and our day started at 7 a.m. So yeah, however, I'm here as promised, and for all of you who have been checking or have been waiting for the YouTube live I've been announcing for yesterday, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about it, that I set it up. So I hope there have not many been waiting, and absolutely my fault. Next time I try to remember what happened. Hello to Poland. Awesome that you are here. Our neighbors. Washington is also here. Fantastic. So I suggest, as always, no, I'm sorry. We will not go to Ham. It's before the pandemic, 2019, December 2019. It was our last Ham show, and yeah, like in 2019, we used to have 1 daughter. After the pandemic, it's already been 2. Now it's 3, and we are. I simply don't want to join the shows anymore. It's a lot of fun the day before. And what we are doing is, if you are interested in some of our animals, you can just let me know. Send an email, for example, to tim@imperatormorphs.com, and of course you get pictures, videos, whatever. And we are always sending a courier. So we are sending a courier to Hamm, to Houghton. Of course, we still do our shipments to Canada, USA. I'm still curious to ship to Mexico, because I get quite frequent requests from Mexico. And so I would like to look forward to find someone who's interested in doing an import. So, to be honest, so basically we do shipments worldwide. By the way, so whenever it is legal, I get a lot of requests from Brazil, for example, and I would like to. To ship some animals over, but as far as I know, it is illegal. And you can do whatever you want, but we will not do it. So we do CITES shipments. That is easy, and we know what is to do, and it just needs a bit of a preparation, and on our end, but also preparation on your end, and then it's a super safe way to ship the animals officially, but I will not put them in a box as it is suggested sometimes to me, like just send a box. Don't label it what's inside. This is not gonna happening. All right. So to answer your question, we will not go to Hamm or Houghton, but we will always be ready to send a courier, a driver. I have some people here who will be happy to help and take animals to the show to hand over. So that's no problem at all. And of course, whenever someone of you is around, just hit me up, and then we can meet at our facility. So that's like, yeah, this is like, you can always come to my place, check the facility, check the babies together with me. Just let me know when you're around here in Hamburg. Otherwise, just make sure you're following the YouTube lives. I hope that also keeps you posted. Yeah, sometimes I give full answers. I do my best. So let's have a look at some babies. And not sure who of you been checking the previous lives of this week, and yeah, this is like also something we definitely can talk about. Look at this. So this is a dead animal. So that's like they've been born end of July. So it's been a while. It's still stuck in its first shed, and that's the sad part. What can happen is that within the first weeks, babies can die. You have to be prepared for this one, especially when you have several litters. This happens, and it's like nothing you can do about, and it's like probably, let's say, I don't know, 1%, 2% of the babies that can die within a few weeks after birth. But these beauties here are doing really well, and as you can see, they are out of their first shed. So, and I believe that we have a red dragon leopard in here as well. Just need some disinfection. You can, if you're having any questions, just let me know. Today I'm without someone to help me with the live, so it's a bit more challenging. So here, over here, we can have a better look. There is one Sunglow in here with a very purple color over here. Kind of looks like Paradox. So in general, I'm very happy with the results of our breedings from like this, for example, is from breeding a Sunglow het blood leopard to a Hypo het albino blood leopard. So that's simply fantastic. Like all of the animals out of those combinations have a very intense color, very intense coloration. Like here, second litter, this is a Sunglow het blood leopard male once again. And in this case, we have been breeding it to an albino het blood leopard. So this is just a Sunglow plus het blood leopard, but it's crazy colorful, very colorful. And somewhere here beneath there is a very nice Sun Dragon. Not sure if I have seen a Sun Dragon that deep red so far. Especially the pattern is very dark. And that's like also, let's say, yeah, that's my favorite task of all, is to pick the holdbacks. So like whenever you see here at our facility, where is it? Whenever you see a green card, that's the holdback. So this is like probably my favorite rack of all of them, and definitely my favorite task. All right, so here's another litter from breeding a Sunglow het blood leopard to a het albino blood leopard. They are born August 4th, so like 2 weeks old. Some of them still stuck in their first shed. Here you have like a very nice example of what is the difference when you compare the animals that are already out of their first shed. You see like these very smooth skin, bright colors, nice contrast, and compare it like with this one here. You see these shiny, like a bit like oily looking skin. This is classy for an animal that still stuck in her very first shed. I need some disinfection again. And to be honest, I haven't seen or haven't checked the litter in detail yet as well. So it's also for me like very first time. Here is what I believe is a red dragon leopard. Also still stuck in its first shed. You can see the eyes. There's like a very dark eyes, and from the pattern, this looks definitely leopard to me. And here once again, you can see how colorful the regular sun glues are. So they are very pink all over the body, but look like it's this one. Like a crazy paradox here. Lots of spracklings. Nice. And yeah, I'm pretty convinced that this right here is a red dragon leopard. We will know more once it is out of its first shed. I'm also like very interested in just a second. Look here. Okay. Now it's getting a bit messy here because animals are trying to escape. Just a second. Okay. Everything under control. So here, it's like always the beauties that are causing troubles. But in my opinion, this here might be a sun dragon leopard. Or it is a crazy paradox sun dragon. What do you think? Really weird. The tail kind of says it's it might also be an albino, so this is for sure a weirdo here. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so what else we got here? Oh no, we have already checked this one, and but over here we do have the bigger litter to look at. Most of the babies have already been separated. Like, yeah, we need to check my favorites real quick. I'm not sure if you have seen it. I believe I used the picture. I believe I used the picture as thumbnail of these two very special animals. We have had a litter coming that we expected to be a very big litter. Unfortunately, we had a lot of still born in this litter and slugs. Only 2 babies that were perfectly developed. And these 2 babies happen to be breeding was IMG Jungle Het Spectre. No, what is it? Hypo Jungle Het Spectre to an IMG Het Spectre. And they were born like end of July. And by the color of the card, we can say that those two are females, unfortunately, but they are so worth it. So this here is the VPI IMG Jungle, 66% POS-Het Black Eye Anery. And we need a bit more light. This one, sooner or later this card will be green for sure, because it's already so beautiful. Look at this head and the eye. Also, I'm a big fan of the jungle, the influence on the pattern from the jungle. So that's like simply fantastic. But the sibling of this beauty right here is really, like driving me crazy. Probably I will make a double green card for her, because this is an IMG Jungle Spectre. Thank you so much. So look at this. That's what my dreams are looking like. So that's pretty much fantastic animal. Let's get some more light. Once again, you can see this really nice smooth pattern. What's definitely also an indication for the jungle influence. And you can tell the IMG is already very strong at work here. So, yeah. It was worth it to start this project, 100% sure. We have been like producing, it's also a female, by the way. We have been producing Het Spectres from breeding VPI Jungle to a Ghost Devil. And we have been producing hats from breeding VPI Aztec to a Ghost Devil. Like we already, or we still do have some of those animals available, by the way. Those are 2022 babies, soon sub-adults. They already gained quite a nice size, and there are also like some IMG 100% Het Spectre animals here. From what I see, we do have like mostly females available, but here's also, oh no, this is also a reservation for TJ. So it's like we do have females left available, so like the perfect choice in case you have a 23 male Het Spectre or whatever. Those females would be very nice. In the end, this is like what I recommend, by the way, to all of you. And I say it over and over again when we have like one-on-one conversations. don't go when you want to start breeding, don't start buying pairs. Go for the females first. Get you some nice females, like for example, you want to breed some red dragon, don't buy a male red dragon or whatever. It is very expensive, super beautiful animal, and of course it makes sense to have a male red dragon if you can afford it. But if you want to start, go with the females first. Get a bloodhead albino, get a hyper bloodhead albino, or whatever is what kind of investment you set yourself. And instead of getting one red dragon female, for example, get two bloodhead albinos, or get two bloodhead albinos and two doublehead red dragon females, and just get those females, and then you can wait. And it's because in the end, for most of the people who are for most of the people who want to start breeding, they they want a short-term success. They want it to happen. They need the litter now, and it's like you need this pair now. In the end, you need the females first, because the females, they take 3 to 4 years, sometimes even more, 4 to 5 years before you can work with them. And then you have plenty of time to look for a male, get yourself a nice male in like 2 years later, and that's, in my opinion, this is the best way to go. But this is just a side note. What else do we have to look at? Here's another litter from breeding Sanglo het blood leopard to het albino blood leopard. And as you can see, I mean, we have done like quite a few breedings, but not that many visuals. And this is like what you always have to keep in mind when you are working with double or triple recessive combinations. It definitely takes time. That is also the same experience that we do have with our habanero projects, for example. It definitely takes time before you will be able to have like breedings where you have several visual animals in it. It's like, I don't know, our habanero project, we started it in 2014, I believe, to produce the very first hats. 14, 15. I would need to look it up, but it's like definitely a long-term waiting game before you have the animals in place to be able to produce more visuals. What else we do have here? This one we haven't checked yet. That's also a very special litter here. This is Sun Dragon. This is from breeding a Sun Dragon to a Motley Labby Het albino Pos het blood. So this is for sure. This is a Sanglo Labby Motley, 100% het blood, because the father is a Sun Dragon. So the father is a Sun Dragon. The whole litter is at least 100% het blood. So this is a Sanglo Motley Labby, 100% het blood. And here we do have a very interesting animal. What I believe is just, no, by looking at the eyes, this looks more like Sun Dragon, but you can like correct me. For my taste, the tail is a bit too light, so that's why I'm hesitating if this really is blood. But by looking at the eye, this is screaming blood for sure. It's not always that easy. And here, once again, it's a super tiny litter, but here's another Sanglo Motley Labby, 100% had blood. The other animal here is stuck in a deep shed, so I need to check it. If this is a blood, then the female definitely proved. It's not a pos blood anymore. She's like a 50% pos had blood, so we like in 2016, I believe, we been breeding. Oh no, the mother been from 2016. Albino Motley had blood, and we have been breeding one of our labbies to this albino Motley had blood. So we had labby, 100% had albino, 50% pos had blood, because just the mother was 100% had blood and the father was not had at all. So she's not 66% pos had, she's a 50% pos had blood. And there is one male from this litter that is still available. It used to be one of our holdbacks. So this right here is a Motley Labby, 100% had albino, pos had blood. And as you can tell, it's also pos jungle. So very nice one. This male is ready to breed. So, and he's the very last one. It's been a 2020 litter, by the way, when we been breeding the labby to the albino Motley had blood. So yeah, so this ready to breed male is still available. And that's also like a question that we that I get a lot, is like, hey, why is it a pos head? You never used it for breeding, or why are you not able to tell us why, if he proved out, or is he a proven breeder, and so on? Why do you don't know it if you have him since 2020? The simple answer is we do have so many animals. I mean, we are talking about roughly, we stopped counting, to be honest, but it's like with our 2 facilities that we got, we have between 150 and 200 adult and sub-adult animals. So we are not able to try out all of the males that we do have, and like and sometimes it is really that weird that we forget about an animal like that. That's why also then I forget about taking a picture and putting it online, and it's really hard to keep up with updating Morph Market, updating the website, etc., etc. So that's also the reason why I'm always recommending, send me a message. Let me know what you're looking for, what you're interested in, or let me know what kind of females you already got, or what kind of stock you already have, and what is your idea, what you want to achieve. And then I like go around, check the facility, what makes sense for you. And maybe sometimes we also want to let go some adults. Yeah, and we are simply not able to put all the animals on the website that we do have available, especially when I like schedule a shooting and I'm at the facility taking pictures, like every third animal, or maybe even every second, I'm not able to take a picture, whether it was just been feeding or it's still digesting. Sometimes they simply took a shit and were going through it and look nasty, and or they are, what is mostly the case, in deep shed. So this is like so, and then I'm not able to take the picture, and sometimes, yeah, we end up having beauties like this Labby Motley. That's now, what is it, like 3 years old, 3-year-old male. There was also, of course, I mean, this is like a typical thing. There was a reservation placed on him, and unfortunately, the buyer was not able to take the whole animals that he wanted to take. And yeah, however, I can highly recommend to think about, if you want to look into this kind of project, you should think about getting him, because it's a perfect animal. Talking about perfect animals, so we do have like a bit of a comparison here. This is like a 2022 VPI Aztec, 100% het Enery, female. So like already way more coloration than the babies that we have been seeing at the beginning of this video. So let me check the chat real quick if I missed anything. No. All right, fantastic. Okay, so what else we can have a look at? I mean, my all-time favorites. Never hurts to have a look at them. My black and white face VPI Aztec Snow. This one is a male. And as comparison, here is a light version of a VPI Aztec Snow Glow. With a nice, it looks, on the screen, it looks kind of yellowish. Kind of looks yellowish. And here is a black and white face. VPI Aztec Snow. All right. So I've seen you have been asking if the male really has been living in a wreck. Yes, it has been living in a wreck. This is like what sometimes can happen. It's we used to have like multiple animals in one of those cages here, and sometimes you are forced to keep a male like in the end temporary. You will say that it's not, cannot be temporary, but in fact it is temporary. Once it is shipped out, it will not be in this kind of wreck anymore, and you have always to see that yeah, sometimes you will have no choice. I mean, what else? What is your suggestion in doing it? Like the enclosures are terrible. All right, if this is your how to say this, if this is your opinion, then I'm sorry about it, because in the end, the enclosures are what we believe are the best to consider what the animals need and what is necessary to have a facility like this. If you have like one cage at home and you can like put in plants, you can put in trees, you can put in whatever you want to make the enclosure look like jungle-like. But in the end, if you are having a facility like this and you have ever dealt once with mites, you will think more about quarantine, about being able to keep the animals as clean as possible, to have surfaces that are easy to disinfect, that you have bedding that is easy to change, that you have bedding that is light, because you can see the poop, you can see the pee. Of course, it looks more nice to have like plants in it, but the plants will be destroyed. You will be able, I mean, if we are talking about, let's say, like an animal like this here with 2 meter 40, probably 10 kilo. So that's like, what is this? 20-pound animal. You can put plants in this as much as you want, and it will be destroyed within days. So you have to compromise. And for me, the health of the animals is always priority, and not the look of the cage. Because the look of the cage, this is like just what the humans believe the animals need. And this is, yeah, what they need is, they definitely need a place, like a hiding place. What is super important, I like to keep them on bedding because it makes them feel more comfy, and they can, like, not dig holes, but you know, get themselves more comfortable. And they need fresh water. They need the temperature to be able to digest and to function, as they are cold-blooded. They need the humidity to have a perfect shed and not skin, and don't get respiratory infections and so on. And I do agree that they are not the most beautiful ones, but function in our case is definitely priority, together with the health of the animals. So thanks a lot for checking in. I'm sorry if this is not your opinion. That's totally fine for me. This is just our experience of the last 15 years, and also collaborating with a lot of veterinarians. And yeah, it's also always a question of, I don't know anything about you. To be honest, I've never seen your username so far, so I have no clue what kind of background you have, and what your facility is looking like, and how many animals you have, and so on and so on. So thanks a lot for checking in, and I suggest that we continue looking around. And yeah, as promised, let me check what kind of any further comments here. Thanks a lot, Washington. So what else we can have a look at? I'm not sure if we have been checking out this red dragon litter here. We have had a litter earlier this year from bloodhead albino to albino head blood, of a very dark female. But as you can tell by the look at this male here, this is like very light male. So it's like, of course, it makes sense to line breed and to use the most intense animals, but you should not expect to have like a full litter of animals that are looking the same crazy as a female, or as a mother, for example. So it's like some of them are very intense, like this one, and others don't. So this here is a red dragon female. And here we do have a red dragon male sibling. And since we are talking about Rex systems here today, as you can see, we are using Rex especially for our babies. And I also get this question a lot, like, why are you keeping them in Rex systems? And in the end, of course, we could have like several big cages and put like the litter, a whole litter in one of those cages here, and the terrible ones. And we could do this, but you will completely lose the overview of the condition of the animals. You will not be able to tell whether an animal is digesting perfectly or not, or is feeding perfectly or not. Of course, it will stress out the animals a lot if you have to separate all of them over and over again to feed. And you will not be able to be like, as what we are doing here with those testings, to keep an overview, okay, which animal has been tested, which animal hasn't been tested. We always have like lots of notes on our cards on the back side, like when did the animal take a shed, how often did they shed so far, when have they been had digesting problems, or who of them had digesting problems, who rejected. I forgot where I took the card from. And all right, I just decided that I am just ignoring the comments of you, my friend, because this channel is definitely not for you. But I appreciate your comments, and I very much like that you are interacting it and making the video more fun to watch. Okay, so we have been talking about the advantages of those cards here, and we are also forced to have like ID numbers of every single animal. Of course, we also put the sex of the animal on the card, but we also started, like I believe 2 or 3 years ago, we started to choose the colors according to the sex, to have a way quicker overview. What's a female? What's a male? Yellow is always like, okay, this is the breeding card that like I already explained, the different dots that we are using. Like for example here, you see the very first box here with a blue dot. So the yellow card is about date of birth, parents, and of course the whole litter, how many animals are in this. And then we are using those colored dots to make it easier for the people that are cleaning the animals to not mix the boxes. This is once again something that we are doing. To keep the animals as healthy as possible and to not mix. If there are any problems with one litter, we don't start to spread it all over the place. Okay, so since we are already talking, or I am talking since 50 minutes now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have seen lots of beautiful animals that you enjoyed, and I wish you a very fantastic weekend, and enjoy your time, enjoy the time with your family, enjoy the time with your animals, take care of your animals, and I promise we're gonna see us very soon with our next live. Take care. Thanks for checking in, and please, please, please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, and share the live if you liked it. leave a thumbs up, whatever, because it really means a lot to get feedback from what we are doing here. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.